How is everybody doing? Let me go ahead and I see Joe up here, so let me go ahead and get her. Just sent you an invite, Joe, to be a co-host. Just let me know.
Hello, everyone. This is not working out for us, so I just sent you a request to speak. So, but here we are. Um, we're not keeping track of how many spaces we had, but I think by now it's been our fifth or sixth space random. So I'm just glad that we can get together yet another evening and talk about our milestones. So, hello, everyone. If you can hear me, maybe just send an emoji out so we know that we can hear everyone.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. It still was not able to put you as co-host.
It's all good.
Are
We
you?
can just yeah, it's all good. Let's just continue with the space, and then anyone that would like to talk, definitely put your hand up because we want this to be a community effort. So I strongly encourage anyone to please step up and say and share your thoughts about how you feel about the project and how it's been going for you, and let's get this space started.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Um, I don't see anybody raising their hands as of yet, but 1,000 holders. That's definitely a milestone. And the reason why I think it's such a huge milestone for us is because whenever you see other projects they launch, they typically get to 1,000 real fast, real quick. But we, as a community, went in and put in the work to actually get these 1,000 people. So definitely big congrats to all of us.
Yep, it's everybody's effort. I think, we started what really small. I remember myself being in the Telegram and, well, gosh, I think it was well under 100 people. And when it was first excitement going on, I remember signing off in the Telegram and saying, hey, I think by tonight we're going to hit first 100 people in the Telegram. So, and then, like, I remember going there the next day or the day after, we were up to like 300 people or something like that. And that was like over the weekend. So that was a huge milestone, celebrating then. And I believe right now there's what, like 1,200 people that joined the Telegram or so. The main account, is being followed. Well, let me see what it is now at 1,800 people. So I mean, it's kind of growing, organically and steadily. But 1,000 holders is a big achievement, and still on a market cap. I was just trying to kind of get some stats as we're speaking. We're just shy of 7 million market caps, which is fabulous. And what a comeback we had! Um, Unbelievable. So that's fantastic, and that's where we grew the most actually holders. So a lot of people came in when we had that sell off by the, I guess you mentioned that was an original holder from way back in the day that decided to leave, or probably wasn't even part of like what we consider our community. They just all of a sudden woke up and saw the money in the wallet. Um, and People that were waiting or had been watching our token on the sidelines decided to come in, right? Is that what I'm understanding what happened? Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. There was someone who bought Roar over 2 years ago. They spent about $51 to buy Roar. And yeah, like with Bitcoin going up and excitement in crypto, I'm assuming that they just probably, checked one of their old wallets and found that and decided to want to cash out. They turned $51 into $88,000, which is crazy. And this is one thing I try to tell people like in real life is the type of gains that crypto tend to offer. You don't see those type of returns in stock market. You don't see that type of return in real estate, where you could invest, $51 into a real estate property and all of a sudden you get 88,000, or you um you invest $51 into a stock and you're receiving $88,000. That's, those stories are becoming more and more frequent in crypto. And I think this is, when people say the super meme cycle, like yes, we are currently there, and I think it's just the tip of the iceberg as far as to potential gains that people could possibly make. So yeah, and I always try to, at first I was a little mad, but I really thought about it. I always try to put myself in other people's shoes. So if I was away from crypto and all of a sudden I see, this amount of money in my wallet, like what would my first logical thing to do? And I think everyone could agree their first logical thing to do is probably try to cash out, especially if all of a sudden just see a stock or some whatever the asset may be, and you're seeing a big sum of money. But that's what happened. It did cause a massive panic sell, which was actually good because there was a lot of people who had early tokens. After I made my initial video about Roaring Kitty, a lot of them started selling, which is good because I saw that I moved up like maybe like 4 or 5 spots in the ranking, which was like, oh my god, I'm pushing towards the top 10 whale in Roar. But it was good to be able to see that because now as new people come in, those tokens that was sold, it's now being distributed to other holders. So it is very, very healthy to be able to see like massive pullbacks on a chart. And the next process of a massive pullback is for those tokens that was being dumped back into the liquidity pool to be eaten up by new holders. And that's exactly what we're seeing. And this is why we're really primed to have another leg up, if this continues.
That's exactly it. And I will also say like when I think that that sell off was, I want to say like it happened a little bit overnight or in the afternoon, and then there was like a second wave of the sell off. Well, and at first I was like, what the hell is going on? I just I couldn't understand at first until your I think your post came out, or your explanation came out in the Telegram. But well, and at first it was a little bit like a jab because we worked so hard to get over that 10 million market cap, and everybody was like so excited about it. And that just like, it took us down so far down. And I was like, oh my God, people are just going to have such a bad attitude about it, and, just things are going to be said so badly about it. But I was just amazed how strong the community felt in the Telegram, and how hard everybody was holding the wall. So it felt really good, and I felt really good about how everybody's like, no, I'm not giving up. This is what we're fighting for. And basically Diamond handed it. So to see also, and I posted that clip from the video whoever brought from Manny Rico. He saw that too, and he appreciated the community, how well um, we held that wall together. So um, that's being recognized, guys. So I think kudos to everybody that held diamond handed. So yeah, kudos to everyone. And kudos to everybody that continued on rating and continued on, you know, pushing it. And here we are still, came back up. And then on top of it, I mean, I want to say I think we onboarded what about another 50 new holders during that amount of time, right? From my count.
Oh yeah, no, that's for sure. And funny enough too, whenever we see sell-offs like that, because it's actually, I had to go back and just count just to see how many sell-offs Roar had. I'm talking about like massive sell-off. This right here is the sixth one. And the pattern has been very, very consistent. After the sell-off happens, whoever have the tokens that they want to sell, once they're done selling, we always go back and we test all-time highs, beat all-time highs, and typically have a 10x. This is from the past, five other time. Talking about 10x from the lows. So 10x from this lows would roughly be around like a $28 million market cap, or around that time, around that number. So it's very, very interesting because not only that too, it gives people more conviction, because as you start seeing it happen time and time again, you're like, next time we have, because sell-offs is going to happen. It's a part of crypto. It's going to always happen. But after seeing one sell-off, two sell-off, three sell-off, and we constantly recover, it give people more conviction, to really believe in, okay, Roaring Kitty, it is actually built different, because there's projects, once they have a sell-off, they're done. And that's the part that I always try to educate people on. Mainly the reason why those projects, whenever you see they have like huge sell-off and they don't recover, is because of the imbalance in the liquidity pool. Like the people who are selling never actually put money in the liquidity pool to be able to balance it if they end up selling. These are just excess amount of tokens just getting added into it. So with Roaring Kitty, we don't have to worry about that. Once people sell, they dump their token. Those are essentially, people recycling back into the liquidity pool. And once new holders start to come in, you're going to see a strong rebound.
That's a very good point because let's put it this way, with the fact that nobody really owns any token, this is all you have to purchase them outright. So it's very well put together in a way that, yeah, if someone sells, nobody really owns them for free. So whoever is selling had to purchase them first, and whoever is gonna then come in is looking for that opportunity to buy them at a lower price. But on the conversation of the sell-off, I would want to say that even though we've had previous sell-offs, because I have seen them, I think this one was probably the strongest pullback that we've had. And this is a really good comeback. I mean, you can see it on the chart, so you have to agree with that.
No, absolutely. It was the quick, yeah, definitely the strongest and the quickest. Um, it's either tied with, because I'm still remembering the one that we had when we ran up to close to around a $3 million market cap. Then we fell all the way down to close to around like a 200K market cap, because that one was pretty strong as well too. But this one was definitely quicker, like a sharp, like a knife was just falling down. It was just straight selling.
Yeah, yeah, it was like a yeah, it was like going on a roller coaster ride, literally.
Yeah,
Yeah, but also, early on too, we've had far less holders too, and far less people in the pool too. So, the times were a little bit more volatile in a way too. So, any larger sell off would have taken you down, by a couple million. So, yeah, like a sell off like what we saw recently, the token basically would have been down to zero. It would have not been able to handle it. That's what I'm saying. So, yeah, I mean, it is really nice to see that. And again, the conviction is there. Do you see what I'm saying? Like the community is able to handle that type of pressure, the selling pressure. That's where I'm going with it.
yeah, no, absolutely. And funny enough, too, when I was just calculating the numbers just to see what's the deficit of buying to selling ratio, we had it was I had pinned it in the Telegram. I think it was like $150,000. That was the deficit from getting us back to like a $10 million market cap. When you think of crypto as far as like $150,000, that's not that much, in comparison to like other projects that do billions of dollars a day. Um, so this should also make people a little bit more hopeful for Roaring Kitty, because if $150,000 is what's stopping us to get back, I mean, now the number is a lot lower now that we're at a close to $7 million market cap. Um, that should just give people more hope into Roaring Kitty. Like, wow, you mean to tell me if we get a swing of more buys that equals more than $150,000 than sells, then our market cap would be up above 10 million. Like the numbers is these are the type of stuff that just keep me up at night when it comes to Roaring Kitty. I'm like, this project is like really built differently.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, and I think it's being noticed too by many people. So that's why we are being put on a lot of watch lists. And if you look at the activity too, you see constantly there is, buy, sell, but they're pretty much balancing themselves out, and then we have like organically we're moving upwards. Or if there's a small pullback, there's always somebody in that comes in and takes that advantage to push us forward. So we just need to continue to push forward to continue on climbing up, and that's what we've been doing, I guess, as a community, and continue on pushing forward and grinding.
No, absolutely. And one thing I could say too about the community as well, I think they really understand like the assignment and what really collectively as a group what we're really trying to build here.
Any hands coming up yet? Anybody would like to come up to the panel and say anything about their experiences or what they're thinking about Roaring Kitty and how they've been this week, how they've been feeling about it? And do you see anybody? I can't. I'm just a speaker, so I don't see anything. Um,
No,
maybe we
no
should,
hands.
yeah, maybe we should reassure the community that we're still continuing on exploring options and talking to I guess Shibarium builder teams on how we're still gonna onboard to Shibarium. So don't think that this was like a done deal or put, shoved under the rug. It's still being addressed and worked on. This is gonna be, I guess, a little bit longer venture, but eventually we're gonna make it there somehow. Like I said before, we're going to keep on knocking on doors. So until a door is going to open or a bridge is going to open for us. Oh, we have a speaker. So I'm going to silence myself and give somebody the floor.
Hi, RA and Joel. Great to be here. Thank you guys for putting this on. Yeah, it's been great to watch the way the community has continued to hold the floor, and we climbed back up to 7 mil really fast. And I've been sharing this token around with a few of my friends, and they all they all called me and was like, "Are you still bullish? Or, like, how are things looking? Like, I hope you sold some." And I was like, "Nope, actually bought more, and the fundamentals are still the same, and still here, still pushing. So it's cool to see everybody else still on the same page and holding their bags." RA, you were saying something. I popped in a little late, and I was really curious if you could explain this just a little bit. You said something about the LP tokens, about how this is all just, there's no, all the tokens are on the market, open market, so they all have to be bought and sold. But there was a specific thing you said about the LP pool where you said there was like, I don't know. Could you explain it? Because I don't even know how to ask the question.
About the LP pool. So any token that any holder holds, they had to initially add ETH to the liquidity pool. So essentially, Roaring Kitty was in the liquidity pool. They wanted to buy Roaring Kitty, so they swap out their ETH and got Roaring Kitty.
Okay. Yep.
So when it comes to different projects, they typically allocate tokens for their devs, for their team, and those tokens are not calculated within the liquidity pool. So they never actually
Okay.
they never actually put in to be able to purchase those tokens. So whenever they start selling, it causes an imbalance into the liquidity pool. Now you have more tokens to ETH to ratio. They're pulling more than what they actually put in. If they put in zero and they're taking more ETH out, then this is why you tend to see charts for utility tokens tend to be like the ugliest looking charts.
That makes sense. Okay. Is that also why the market cap can fall below the LP amount I've seen?
For some projects, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Well, yeah, that's awesome. I love the fact that we have all the tokens out on the open market, and I'm I'm like 1,000% bullish on this token, so I just want to make that known. And thank you guys for being here.
Nah, I definitely appreciate your question.
Yep.
Basically, if I may chime in, there is no free tokens in Roaring Kitty unless someone purchases them. Um, that's how you own the token.
That is correct. Yep. And you could even check even from the time of inception, if you look at the contract, the person who created the contract, they added it was 1 billion token added to the liquidity pool and they funded with ETH. Then they burnt the contract. I mean, burnt the liquidity. So even the dev who created Roaring Kitty, he didn't get any free tokens either.
Yeah, you can check the Etherscan, so it's right there.
So it's and when you look even at if you look at Shiba Inu's contract, same thing for it as well. Theirs was just done a little bit differently, and what helped because now Vitalik, he was the exception. He did get free tokens, but the volume because having free tokens is not necessary. It's just that a lot of project is not going to generate the volume enough to be able to counteract all the excess amount of token that's coming into the liquidity pool. So in Shiba Inu's case, the volume, it was doing like billions of dollars worth of volume. So even while the hurricane relief, not hurricane relief, but the COVID relief, when they were selling, and you kept seeing like for that period of time with Shiba Inu, it was just a whole consolidation. That was because of that selling pressure. But the volume kept, counteracting it. So eventually, after they were done selling, notice that's when Shiba Inu started having its big parabolic move.
Yeah, most people didn't even know about it though. I mean, you really had to follow the information, but you're correct on that, Random. But a lot of people didn't even know about the in and outs of it. And then the second thing that also helped that selling pressure off is that Vitalik burned all the tokens.
Right.
Not all the tokens, but he burned half. I believe half of what was given to him.
Right.
So that helped the selling pressure of the Shiba Inu.
Exactly. So initially, yeah, there was really no from the ones that he got. There was no selling pressure until Shiba Inu really started popping off and the volume really started coming in. So by the time it was time for them to sell for it, the volume could counteract how much is being added back to the liquidity pool. Like it's crazy. I spent like 2 years just like really studying different liquidity pools and what makes different projects great. How successful project, and by far, and this is why I say I'm super bullish on CTO projects. By far, CTO projects such as Roaring Kitty, they give the best opportunity for a token not only to have really good run ups, but also reaching those billions of dollars worth of market cap, as long as volume continue to come in.
So being bullish on the things that are happening for Roaring Kitty too, the community needs to know that we're still working on, or I think the article for the Shib magazine has been rewritten. So we're resubmitting it because the first article I think that was submitted has not gotten us anywhere, or we haven't heard from the Shib magazine team. But we're gonna try again and do a follow up on that, and hopefully we can get some kind of exposure through the Shib magazine. We're still working with various ways of getting onboarded on to the Shibarium. We are still needing to, I guess, market our NFTs in some ways. We probably should discuss on how we can market those NFTs, because how many NFTs did we sell altogether, RA?
58.
58, and there's a 1,000 total. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yep.
Okay, and those were the funds that were supposed to be collected for our listing. So we have to do a little bit better in that in that respect. So we have to maybe come up with some ideas of how we can market the NFTs so we can collect some funds for the listings. So we can start thinking about that as a community.
Yeah.
What else?
No, absolutely. Because
Yeah,
the exchanges, they're knocking on our doors. Unfortunately, I mean, it is paid listings. Um,
but right, we need
yeah,
funds.
we
We
need
need
funds.
funds for,
Right.
yeah.
I had
Um,
one today even reached out, um, wanted to a listing, but I had to let them know. I mean, right now is we're interested, but right now we are still in the collecting of funds. So
okay. Um, I also offered a little help to Random to follow up with the LA token. on the situation with what happened with our listing and with the tokens that happened on the exchange. So, and that's all I'm going to say at this time. There's no promises or hope or anything, but I will try to dive into it and see how much follow up we can do, and then kind of politely put a little heat to their heels, per se, and to see how the situation can be rectified by them. They need to be a little bit more professional about what they've done, and come up with some kind of solution for our community. That's how I feel about it, and I think you guys probably feel the same way. So let's try to work on that. And for the people that have, or from our community that have invested on that platform. So, yeah, these are the plans that I see for our community, and I think you guys are all awesome. I mean, I come into the Telegram and check in and see everybody really collaborating. I just would want to say, since I have you all here and you can all hear it, now we are in the bull run, the beginning of it. So just be very careful about what you're clicking on, and be very careful with connecting your wallets. You all worked really, really hard to get where you are. So stay safe. There's just ton of things that are going to be happening as far as like wallet dusting and phishing and all kinds of stuff. So don't do dumb stuff, or don't be taken advantage of. um, that's all I'm going to say. Be smart, be safe. Random, anything else that you wanted to share, or anybody else that would want to come up to the panel and say anything?
Nah, you really said it. Yeah, just let's not don't screw it up. We've been going through this bear market, what, 2 years now. We're finally in the bull run. Let's don't screw it up, because it's not worth it. Because sometimes seeing a random token and it says 2,000, you're up, $5,000. Don't interact.
That's for sure. That's really 100% for sure. um yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's been 30 minutes that we're just talking. I don't know what else to reassure you about. I wish that we had maybe more of a exciting news to share with you, but I think Telegram wise, we basically share about a lot of things. Um, what else is happening, like with the shib community? I don't know if you all are following, but today there was a big space and kind of a showdown in between Doge and shib, and there was a lot of I guess leaders that were speaking on that space, and I personally I found that pretty interesting. I listened to it. I was there and listening. um, and you know one thing that kind of came to my mind after listening to all of this is that you know shib community is very, very strong, but it also, a lot of people came from Doge, and kind of migrated to shib. So there was I can't remember who was the personality, female personality from Doge that was speaking, and she was a little taken by the fact that when shib launched, it was the Doge killer, and she didn't like the fact that it came to be in a negative light, or she felt like it was in a negative way that it was launched. Well, I didn't feel like it was in a negative way. It was just said that basically we're going to do better than Doge. That's all it's to it. And so many other tokens are trying to be like better than the next token. So it's the next token after that. And to me, I guess it's kind of like, hey, you're the master. I'm looking up to you, but we can do better. So that's kind of like, say we're the little guy now looking up to all those blue chip tokens, right? Because that's kind of like we are the smaller community here at Roar, and we are looking up to Shib, like all the awesome things that they've done. But can we do better? That's the question. And certainly Shib, I feel, has done better than Doge. Obviously I didn't get the chance to speak at that space, but hot damn, they sure did. you know um and that's kind of my thoughts. So can we do better? Can we truly do better? But that's a lot of work and a lot of grit and a lot of elbow grease. So I give a lot of credit to everybody that has put all the thoughts and all the hard work. And it's going to take some time to make it way up the ranks. So it's really starting to be a lot of fun, but also stressful days. And just hang in there and have fun. Are you all there?
Yep, we're here. Just got Jay Flick just came up.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Yeah, I just wanted to say congratulations to everybody like holding through the the big sell off. You know what I mean? Everybody did good. So we have to try to keep the price stable. So everybody did a good job on that end.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I do like about um and I know people don't like me saying this, but I truly do like sell-offs because it almost gives the chart a reset. And once we do start stabilizing, it causes to have a higher floor where people start when new people are entering. Because again, most people are coming in, they are going to come in to try to make a profit. So this is how floor stabilization is. Because for a while, we'll stable at around a $2 million to $1 million market cap. But now it seems like we could be start stabilizing between a $7 to $6 million market cap. So just looking at it from a long term perspective, we're constantly going up, higher
Yeah.
floors.
I really appreciate that because like I was at work when I saw the big crash and I was like, what the hell? Don't tell me Random Art sold.
No, like
Because everybody started following along, you know?
yeah, no. See, I'm not even the biggest well though. That's what, I know I show my profits and stuff. How much I'm
Yeah.
up, but I'm not even the biggest well in Roy. So,
No, it's just a big chain reaction, right? So I figured somebody big sold, and that's what's causing the reaction. Everybody has a panic selling, right?
yeah.
So I was like, I'm not selling a dime. I'd rather lose it all. Yeah, so I'm happy to see the way the community is believing in the project and just wants the whole time on hand it right through to the $1 billion market cap.
Yeah, because it's a billion.
Funny you say, Jay, because that's exactly how I felt. I was like, the
Yep.
hell I'm selling. I'm holding it. I'm riding it this all the way down to the ground, to the
Yep.
dust.
Yep. That's what I said. That's the only way you're gonna make money, right? Like the panic sell doesn't work because you're only gonna lose all the big gains you could make, right?
Exactly, and there was a
That's right.
lot of other holders that was holding more than me that
Yep.
that was selling, and now because I feel like 5 6 months down the line, people are gonna look back and be like, "Oh my God, I had this
They're gonna regret
opportunity
it.
and I didn't get more." I think even for me, I'm gonna probably say the same thing. Like, I had this opportunity to get even more. So
Yeah, a lot of people are gonna regret the decision that they made. But like I was saying on YouTube, I was saying if it was me and I see that I'm up a lot after neglecting my wallet for 2 years, the first thing I would have done is like check the TG to see what's happening before I sell. I wouldn't just sell like that because obviously something has to be happening why the token is pumping like that crazy, right? If we're just putting in $52 and it turns into 88,000, that's a lot of money, right? So
yeah, that is.
yeah, yeah. So somebody's doing something right. So I need to find out what's happening, and then I could come over and then support the community, right? But to each their own.
You know what else it reminded me that moment too? I don't know if you guys watched the movie about Roaring Kitty, but this was like the moment when people were watching on Robinhood, and they were all like, "This the moment is like, are we selling? Are we not selling? What's going on?" You remember that like moment in the movie, and especially like with the two girls, and they're like, "Is he selling? Is he selling? Are we selling? Are we selling? No, he's holding. Oh no, I'm holding. I'm holding. I'm holding. I'm not selling." So
I
that
never seen
was,
that movie, but I'm interested now.
yeah, that
Yeah.
was that's what was going kind of like through my head too. I was like, this is like a flashback from that movie Roaring Kitty, you know.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like what was going through my head. I'm like, oh, I hope, you know, like this was like the moment.
But the way I view it too is like how sad is it like to be in crypto early, right? And then you like buy all these tokens, you're sitting on them, you're huddling, and all of a sudden the bull market is here and you're panic selling in the midst of things. Like I don't understand how people function like that. It's crazy. In a bear market, I can understand that mentality. Like you're trying to sell before you don't make anything. Like Random Art says zero, you make zero. I get that, but in a bullish environment, nah, I wouldn't do that. That's retarded.
But that happened. Hey,
Yeah, it
listen,
does.
that happened with SHIB too. There were people
Mhm.
that sold, you know, right before it went parabolic in October. So there were people that sold in September, or
Yeah,
or actually 2 weeks before it went parabolic in October of 21, and they missed out.
of course they will.
Yeah, and I remember getting a DM from someone about Sheeb right before it broke out. They were like, "I just sold. I just couldn't take it anymore. I'm finally up."
Oh my gosh.
Then yeah, then the next week when we ate the zero and started climbing up even more, they were like, "You think I should rebuy in?" I'm like, "Man, I can't tell you what to do, but I'm still holding my bag."
Wow. But you see, those guys, they have a different mentality from me because I came in crypto at the end of 20, somewhere in 2021 when the bull market was dying down. And the first thing I got was Shiba Inu. And I can tell you, when I got it like 4.545. That's the price I got it at. And I was losing, and I just kept DCAing all the way down to recently this year. I sold it to pay off my car. But like that's my mentality. I don't like selling to take a loss. I rather just keep DCAing, and that's what I did. So shit for me was like I bought it at the wrong time, right? So I was just losing and losing and losing, and it's inexperience, right? So I'm happy to have you guys with a lot of experience guiding me as well because I take like notes from you guys' book and try to use my head and try to make money from crypto. So far it's working out.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. Like
Mhm.
I always tell you guys my horror story. I sold Cardano right
Yeah,
before the halving just to see it rip up without me. You know, that's the worst feeling. Like whenever you're right about an asset, but you sold and you're seeing it having doing multiple X's. It did
yeah.
well above 100x. And I was just on the sideline, just like holding my thumb, like what's happening here?
And I think this bull market you're gonna feel worse because what Trump is supporting ADA, so
Well,
we'll
no,
see.
Roaring Kitty's drying my tears, so I think
Yep, we will definitely do good on Roar for sure. We just keep pushing forward.
got Andre requesting a
Hey,
seat.
what's up, guys?
What's going on?
I just, oh man, long day at work. I'm just finishing. I've been listening, but a little busy. But I just had to check in real quick and say a few things. Cause first of all, I just got to say to the community, guys, I'm very proud of what we're doing, and I just want everybody to know we're gonna have a lot of ups and downs. But I truly believe so do a lot of our holders believe that we could move this project to a multi-billion-dollar market cap. I've said it before and I'm saying it again. If SHIB, Doge, and so many other meme coins could do it, that don't have the narrative, that don't have the community that we have, at the end of the day, we could do it. There's no reason why we can't do it. And the greatest thing about, having a project on a blockchain between this bull cycle and the next bull cycle, guys, listen, I 100% believe we're going to see a multi-billion-dollar market cap one day. Whether it's this bull cycle or the next one, it's going to see it. So we just got to be smart and we got to be prepared. We got to come. We got to work for our bags. Whatever I could do, I'm doing every time I get a chance. I'm checking in, going on the Telegram, seeing what's going on. Liking, commenting, chipping into other spaces and just letting everybody know about Roar. It's the little things that we do, and if we all do it and all the new members come in, contribute, there's no reason why we will not be one of the top crypto projects out here. We have all the stuff we need. We have the narrative, we have the community, we have the you know we have so much things going for us, man. Being a CTO is a great situation for us, and I just want to let everybody know I'm proud of everybody, man. Keep up the good work. Let's keep shilling, let's keep working, and just be prepared for the ups and downs, and stay strong and look forward to the future, man. And in a couple of months, this project is going to be one of the biggest projects out here. And
One
we
hundred
just got to
percent.
keep doing our part. We just all got to just keep it going every day, even if it's 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Do what you could do, and it's very simple. You check in, see what's going on, and hit all the different platforms, and make a comment, make a like. It's simple. Uh, Even the smallest little things that you could do count. And we have a lot of guys that's on in the community that have expertise that can help the project, and we all are implementing it. And I'm just so proud seeing every time we come together, and we I see something new from the community, and someone come up with a new idea. And this is the groundwork. And once we continue and we stay focused, there's no stopping us, man. So guys, keep up the good work, man.
Man, well said. Well said.
Yeah, yeah. Hello.
Got OG Andre
Hey, how's everybody doing?
doing good. How about yourself?
All right, pretty good. Yeah, I agree with Ray about the sell-offs. It shakes out some whales, some paper hands, but most of all, whales with a lot of tokens. So, and then it allows other people to come in and buy the dip. And like Ray said, like we gained like what 300 new members in October. And with SHIB, it was the same thing. SHIB had two rises in 2021. I believe first one was in early May. It went up and people FOMOed in, and then there was a big sell off, and that sell off stayed. Until the next pump in October. But before October, I remember people were like discouraged and they were saying that SHIB is a rug pull, that it pumped so hard in May and then it's just staying stagnant. And every time SHIB was about to burn a zero, it would go down, go down. There would be sell offs, sell offs, sell offs, and then come October, and in October it went completely parabolic. So between May and October, it was like what, maybe like 6 months. So some people got discouraged, but a lot of people they had conviction. You have to have conviction. I was one of them. I said to myself, I would rather burn my money than sell. I'm not selling. And then came October, and ship just went completely parabolic. And as for, I also saw a lot of stories where people were posting saying, like, listen, I was so excited. I made 80,000, $100,000 because they were so early. They got uh, hundreds of billions of SHIB, or like almost 100 billion SHIB, and they sold it like for 80,000, 150,000. And then they would be posting saying, I could have had 10, 20, 30 million dollars. I wish I didn't sell. I wish I would have held till October because they sold like in early May. So and then there were like a lot of horror stories. They sold just for pennies, like for thousands of dollars, but compared to what they could have had, it's pennies. But what I like about our community Roar, and I truly mean it. It truly does remind me of shib, because we are very vocal, we're strong, and we keep on coming back. And just like shib, because like shib was always known for what? Uh, when when Robin Hood, when KuCoin, when Gemini. So shib community constantly kept on pushing and pushing and pushing, and and everybody, other people noticed. And as for holders, uh, most projects, they gain holders when project starts pumping, and then there's FOMO. I remember SHIB, when it was stagnant, it wasn't getting very many holders, because I was checking it on Etherscan all the time. I'm like, what the hell, we're not growing. But the moment in October in 2021, SHIB deleted a zero and started going up. I vividly remember waking up every morning. I'm like, man, we gained 5,000 holders, 10,000 holders, 12,000 holders. And most of the holders that SHIB has came from that October. Because I remember when the pump started, it was about 400,000 holders. And by the time it was over, it was pretty much almost a million. In 1 month, they went up that much with holders. So once we get a spark in our token and the FOMO kicks in, don't be surprised we're gonna be having similar events where we're gonna be gaining like 100, 200, 500 holders a day, because word of mouth is gonna go like wildfire. So we just have to have conviction, and just all it takes is for a couple of whales to come in, couple of bigger buys, and people will notice it, because we're gonna start going up in a faster pace, and people will notice that, and they all gonna start jumping in, and it's gonna be like a snowball effect. It's gonna start rolling down and getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
If I may, I think I will agree with Andre. RA was talking in Telegram about the large volumes that we had during that sell off. So that's exactly it. What's necessary is not only a big volume, but also when you're printing in the green a little bit. I think that's what Peanut had, when they got the listing with Binance. And that really catapulted them like tremendously. So when you have a large volume happening and then you also print in the green at the same time, is where you're getting a lot of notice from like higher end or tier one exchanges. And that's what happened to Peanut, because I believe when they got listed, they were like, I want to say $2 or $4 million market cap only. And now what are they, like 2 billion, I want to say, or something like that. So, I mean, that's like crazy. It's insanely crazy.
Yeah, and it goes back to the power of the liquidity pool, because the same thing with Peanut, all their tokens is in circulation as well. In order for someone to get Peanut, even those exchanges, they have to go out to the open market just to be able to purchase it. So it just becomes a domino effect. You get Binance listing them, then you had OKX want to list them, KuCoin, and all these different exchanges. There's only a certain amount of tokens that's available, and as soon as someone sells to the open market, these exchanges are just eating them up and just causing that the value of the tokens to have this super squeeze, super parabolic move. And this is why I say, like, once we really start to pick up in volume, um, it's really going to be a very quick, roaring kitty boom all the way to $1 billion market cap because of how we are structured.
Yeah, I'm trying to look actually as we're speaking about Peanut, in comparison, uh, where they're at. I want to say they landed somewhere. They were, well, they're 58 right now, and they're 1.8 billion market cap right now. And I know that at some point they were over $2.40
Yep.
per token. And let's see, they started at 4 cents or something like that a token.
No, they actually started
Way lower
way
than
yeah,
that.
because with the pump fund model, whenever they're doing the
Yeah.
whole raising fund, because it's still your trade, you're buying it on the open market.
Yeah.
So it started with, I want to say, around like a zero market cap, then a 1K market cap. As more and more people start buying it, it
Yeah.
just eventually grew. So it's it's similar to, because our initial, if you look where our market cap was at in the month of April, it was around like a 4K market cap. Then Keith Gill came back, made the post. We shot up um, all the way to what, 2 million in May. So it's that's why I say, like, we have all the right mechanics for this token to be great, and we're seeing greatness with low volume. You know what we're seeing, our volume in comparison to other tokens, it's considered to be low. Even 100K, that's considered to be low. But once we start rolling into millions of dollars, and as we continue to grow, I hope, hopefully you guys are seeing the pattern. Like, as we continue to grow, the volume starts to pick up, because for a while we could barely scratch 10K in volume on a day-to-day basis. Now we're doing it like it's nothing, and we're consistently around 90 to over 100K in volume per day, and things are going to really start to pick up as we progress into this bull market. I did see RJ just popped up.
What's up, Roy family? Hey, Rando, first off, I know you're not the leader, but we appreciate everything that you do and all the information daily, especially the videos and being the POC of the community. It's also kind of special. We have our two personal indicators of our own chart, hand itching guys or girls. So shout out to our two members. And if you're not in a Telegram, please join the Telegram, because there is a lot of shilling in there, a lot of information going on. And so to all the ones in Telegram pushing and everyday hustling, appreciate it.
100%. And oh, yes, we do have an indicator, itchy hand indicator. Where's the itchy hand indicators?
Joel, you're so bad. You asked for the information. I gave it to you like what, yesterday, and you didn't reply to it, and then it started to pump.
I did.
You did,
I did. Yes, I really appreciate the itchy hand indicator.
right?
That's right. We're gonna listen. We'll pay for the Benadryl. Just let the hand itch.
We're gonna itch our way to the moon. I tell you.
We'll definitely pay for the Benadryl. Let the hand itch.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
So we are hitting the 1 hour mark, and if you guys don't know what the itchy hand is, it is a thing within the Telegram. Whenever someone say, "Hey, my hands is itching," that means we're about to pump. So
CTO is the way to go. And let the hand itch.
100%. Well, definitely enjoyed this space. I'm gonna let you guys just finish it off. If you want to say something before we go. Um,
Yeah, let's round it up through all the speakers and see if anybody else has any final thoughts. We had a really nice turn up with all the speakers, so we should round it up. RA, check with everybody, please. Thank you.
Well, to finish it off, I just want to say one thing, guys. Roar 2025. Listen, guys, whether we up or down, let's keep the same energy. We're gonna be up, we're gonna be down, but we keep the same energy, and we're gonna get to where we're trying to go, man. Keep up the good work.
J Flick or RJ, you got everything you want to say to us before we leave? And we have OG Andre.
No, I'm good here. Good space today. Good space.
Yeah, good space, guys. I really enjoyed it.
All good here. Just continue doing what we're doing. It's exciting every day. Every day is exciting.
The great. You got something you want to say?
Hey, yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, can hear you.
Hey, this is Red Bull. Hey, I was one of the what was it? One of seven or one of eight of your first video.
1 of 7. Let's go.
Yeah, and you bought 100, so I thought, hey, if he's buying 100, I'm buying 300. So yeah, but
I still regret to this day that I just didn't just buy just the 300 outright.
yeah.
You know,
Me
so
too.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, and I was contemplating. I know this isn't why we're working on Roar and shilling and working and everything. I know Canine has this deal where you stake your bone for, and Jolt might throw something in this too. Your bone for bad idea, but if Treat's coming out, I know we're a lot of Shib Army here. Should we lock up our bone for bad idea, or should we wait for this Treat token? Or is that something you might have a video on later for us?
I think that's more the locking. I mean, I know it's you lock your ETH bone. I want to say it's dealing with more for Shibarium. I could be wrong. I haven't followed it,
Oh,
so
okay. See, that's what I didn't know if you were going to go into video with that, because I was thinking it was staking your bone and you got bad ideas reward token. I wasn't sure, so that's why I was bringing it up. But I didn't want to lock my bone if I could, I needed it to get treat if if and when it comes out or whatever. So anyway, thanks a lot for the video. And like I said, everyone keep up the good work, and yeah, good space tonight.
Joe, you got the final word.
I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that came and listened to our space, and everybody that is grinding every day in the Telegram. You're all lovely. Everybody keep up a great job. Everybody that diamond handed through the huge sell off that didn't give up. Uh, and it was really an awesome space. And I guess we'll get together next week. You all have a wonderful time and continue everything that you're doing. Have a good night and have a great weekend, everyone.
Peace.
Roar!